Laugh and Learn, a panel discussion featuring comedians with disabilities. Featuring Veronica Blackwell, Jack Hanke, Will Lautenheiser, and Joe Genera.
In the work I've done, maybe 2 or 3 of the roles have been specifically because of the chair. All the other roles, and I'm the only disabled member of our comedy troupe that we work with. And it's kind of neat because aspects of disability come into play, but most times I'm Joe.
How have people reacted to your comedy and your being a person with a disability?
Well, most people don't believe that I have ADD. I said, not only do I have ADHD, I have EFGHIJKLMP. I have the whole lot. And so I think in comedy, I try to explain to them we are real people. We're people with families. We're not in the mental institution being restrained. And I think that a teaspoon of sugar does help the medicine go down. I think that with ADHD, there's a lot of pain. There's so much pain, so much shame. And until we get the word out, there is help available. Many people are still imprisoned by, oh, someone's going to find out, yada, yada, yada. And I really think that if I can contribute to that, I wanted to be a part of that to help get the word out. Because my children were treated. One of my sons took the help, one chose not to. One who took the help has a master's degree and is teaching school now because he went to this college. He used the support services for ADD, and he was able to succeed. The other child didn't want people to see him going in there, So we kept on explaining to him these places would not exist if people did not have a need. But he still is not. But he still is remembering. But at the end of the day, I believe he'll see it that way.
How has comedy helped you?
Comedy provides that way to be intimate with people and to connect with them without having to be, completely honest when you're just uncomfortable being honest, or normally most people on the spectrum aren't very good at small talk. But comedy is just the natural way to make small talk without actually saying anything.
Have you ever been accused of having a hook or particular angle?
You want to take that?
Yes. I have been accused of having a hook.
In your performance, what is the most funny or embarrassing disability story you tell?
It's kind of cute if you weren't a couple involved. The first couple of years following injury, I'll admit that I might have been a little angry at the world, at myself, at anyone that got my way. And on top of that, I was a single dad, had a toddler on my lap, and being new to being a single dad, I wasn't that smart yet. She taught me so many things. In fact, from 15 to 18, she knew everything. But in any case, we would go out, and I was able to save money on a stroller, so I would carry her everywhere on my lap. But I didn't realize how much she was picking up of what I would say. And a lot of times, when I'd be wheeling around, if someone was ahead of me or whatever, and I had to get by, I would say, "Excuse me." And a lot of times, people overreact. "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Here, let me get out of the way." And I. Be nice, but as I wheel away, I'd mutter under my breath, "Nothing to be sorry about, just get the hell out of the way." So, we're going through Target. In Connecticut, we call it Target, everywhere else is Target. But my beautiful daughter sitting on my lap, Shirley Temple, blonde hair, curly locks of hair, and she's sitting on my lap. And we're wheeling through, and in front of us is Mr. and Mrs. just left out of a Norman Rockwell picture. It's mom, pop kettle, probably 85 years old, and really, really cute people. And we're going, and I say, "Excuse me," and everyone's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." She grabs her husband, pulls him out of the way, and my 18-month-old daughter says, "Nothing to be sorry about. Just get the hell out of the way."
And I think that for me, I choose not to use profanity. I am a mother. I take that very seriously. I work very clean. So people will say to me, "You don't curse." Well, I don't want my children coming in here hearing me use all these four-letter words. So I choose not to do that. I think that I really exploit the Pentecostal upbringing, and I do a whole little thing on the church. And so people will hear a line that they like, because like I told my husband told me, he said, "Your church has more miracles than the Bible." Because the lady said, I was going to get that bus, and the bus driver closed that door in my face. I said, Jesus, and those doors flew open. So they'll remember those lines, and they'll say, they'll howling it like that. They mean it, you know, because it is really a professional courtesy that you not, you know, comment on people's whatever they do, because whatever you do, and you're evolving that way. So I think that, and people know I talk so fast, I never worry about people stealing my stuff, because who has 3 children and who can talk as fast as I do?
How can we attain better representation of people with disabilities in the media?
I feel like the only way we're going to be able to break past this simplistic narratives about people with disabilities is to have people with disabilities telling their own stories. I mean, it's literally every minority group or disempowered group over the years, until they started telling their own stories, basically had sort of dualistic sort of portrayals in the media.
I got into comedy because a friend said, you know, you've lost your limbs, but you kind of have a really funny way of talking about it. You know, maybe you want to talk to a group of people, you know, for this documentary that we're working on, and maybe that group of people can be at a comedy club. And I kind of thought, well, there was no way of that actually happening, so I said, sure, why not? I'll do that. And it turns out that she knew someone who has connections with this comedy club, and they basically told me like 2 days later that I had a slot booked. And so it turns out that rehab is a really good place to work on material. And
there hasn't been any great role models for people with disabilities, and especially because there's so many different types of disabilities. If you just look at our stage here, for the longest time I was in advocacy for over 20 years, physical advocacy and legislative and all that. And a lot of things we would hear all the time is, we want to be treated like everybody else. But the thing is, if you think about it, we really are everybody.
Presented by the New England ADA Center, a project of the Institute for Human-Centered Design.